Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Drop. And this is my first impressions look on Nike's cheapest hoop shoes. So this is the Nike Precision 7 and this of course has the Easy On feature and it retails for 80 bucks. And if you guys didn't know, Nike, Adidas, like all the shoe companies based in like the US aren't very good for cheaper shoes. You know what I mean? Like a lot of Chinese companies, around 100 bucks, you can still get extremely good cushion. But Nike, you have to pay money to get good cushion. You know what I mean? If you're around like the $100 price range or even cheaper than that, they give you crap for cushion. You know what I mean? But the Precision 6, if you guys didn't know, was super duper solid. This was like 80 bucks. It's on sale for like 50, 60 bucks and they're still selling this shoe. I feel like I reviewed this shoe like 2-3 years ago, which is kind of crazy. So you can get this shoe still, and if you guys do want to cop, I try to leave the free link in the description box for the Precision 6 and also for the Precision 7. This is the Easy On version. Like I said, they for some reason Nike only released the Easy On version. There also is a regular version with regular laces, but that I just saw it on Kohl's. Like, why Kohl's? You know what I mean? And why did they just start with the Easy On version first, you know? But well, as far as the Easy On version goes, this has a collapsible heel, right? So there's literally no heel counter. It doesn't feel like support. Look at that. You literally just squeeze it, and I don't know how supported that's gonna be, first of all, but it is collapsible, so you can literally just slide the shoe on like a slipper, which is very, very convenient. But for support, we'll have to see on that, right? And also we have this kind of like lacing system. You know, we got some Velcro right over here, and we got 4 cables basically replacing the laces, and also an elastic band on top right here, right? So what you do with that is you put on this, you slide on the shoe basically, you kind of like fix the tongue, you kind of have to fix the tongue, and then you kind of tighten the strap with the Velcro over your foot, and that's it. Super simple, very, very quick. And of course it's you know, designed for like people with handicaps and stuff like that, which is cool. But yeah, we'll have to see it on how that fares, like when you're actually playing basketball, you know, for support. But anyways, let's get it started off with the traction. So we have a solid, I mean, this is a triple black colorway, and we have, it says it's herringbone, which is pretty interesting. It's a very chaotic herringbone traction pattern, I guess, you know? But the traction does not feel good. You know, just trying it on my wood floors, it is sliding around a little bit. There's no squeak really at all, which of course it doesn't tell you if it has good bite or anything, but it has no squeak and the bite doesn't seem good, you know what I mean? But it's kind of disappointing because the Precision 6 was actually really nice for traction and solid bite, so that's definitely disappointing. But of course, you know, I'll have to try it out, and hopefully when I break it in, it does get a little bit better, but I do have my doubts on that. But one thing that I do like about it is that it seems very durable, which is just so annoying for Nike, you know what I mean? So they make their cheaper shoes have durable rubber, right? This rubber is very hard, grooves are deep, and also the grooves are very thick, you know? But on their more expensive shoes, they give us really crappy durability. Like like a lot of their rubber is like thin, it's softer. So I don't know why they do that, you know what I mean? Like, shouldn't it be the opposite? If you pay more, if you pay like $200 for a shoe, shouldn't the outsole be more durable? And then for the cheaper shoes, you know what I mean? Like, shouldn't it be opposite? Anyways, I guess it's good though if you want to play with the shoe on outdoor court, but that seems like that's the only good thing about the shoe so far, like the durability of the outsole, you know? Now moving on to the heel to toe transition, it doesn't feel super smooth. So okay, so first of all, here in the heel feels nice, right? We have a fully exposed foam midsole. It's a sculpted foam midsole is what they say, you know? It's probably just a Phylon, it's not very nice. But we have a nice curved shape, and here in the forefoot though, it's very flat, honestly, you know? Comparing it to like Precisions, look at that. Look at how curved it is, you know what I mean? But then here in the new shoe, it's more flat, which I don't like, you know? It's just a preference, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure there's people that don't mind, or maybe they even prefer a flatter shape here in the forefoot, but I like a nice curve shape, like a rocker shape here in the forefoot. It keeps me on my toes, especially when I'm shooting, you know? But also, there is a good amount of forward flex, however, right? It doesn't really flex, I guess, no, it flexes in the midfoot. Look at that. Probably isn't, yeah, there probably isn't a midfoot shape. Look at that. So torsion support is not gonna be good. Yeah, overall heel to toe transition, it does feel pretty smooth. It just feels a little flat here in the forefoot. So there's that. Moving on to the cushioning setup. Yeah, the cushion sucks. You know what I mean? Like I said, Nike, especially on their cheaper shoes, they give us really crappy cushion. They don't even give us Zoom. So yeah, there's a little bit of compression here in the heel, I guess, right? From the actual midsole. But the step-in comfort is crap. Court feel is pretty good though, I would say. You know what I mean? But same thing with the Precision 6, you know what I mean? But the thing that I liked about this shoe was the traction. The traction was great and the material was supportive but also comfortable and soft. But here in the Precision 7, that doesn't seem like the case, you know what I mean? So yeah, the cushion, not nice. Moving on to the upper. So we have like a mesh material. They're saying this is a mesh material, but it has a little bit of like puffiness to it. So it feels actually pretty comfortable and it feels nice on foot. It's just one thing that I don't like is this part right here. You see where it bends, right? And you see where the seam is? So when I'm kind of like walking, this part kind of digs into the top of my foot. It's a little uncomfortable. It doesn't hurt. It's just a little uncomfortable. I'm sure that'll break in, but that's just something that I noticed. Of course, we do have the swoosh, right? And it kind of comes all the way into like the top of the toe a little bit, you know? So we have that and it says easy on, and of course, for the easy on system. The tongue has like not that much padding, you know, and then here in the ankle area we don't have that much padding either, you know what I mean? So overall the quality of course isn't great, but it feels like pretty nice on foot. I do like the puffiness, like the extra kind of like, it gives you a little bit of like comfort here, especially here in the toe box. But yeah, honestly not a huge fan of the upper, you know, but it's 80 bucks, so you can't really complain. But honestly, coming from the Precision 6, I really like this textile mesh. It feels like a lot better for quality and also better on foot, you know? So there's that. Moving on to the fit. So I went up half a size and the shoe fits weird, you know what I mean? So look at how pointy it is. It's super duper thin and very pointy here at the tip of the toe. So like honestly, it feels nice going up half a size. I feel like if I went true to size, it'll be very narrow and super duper tight here in the toe box. So just be careful with that, you know what I mean? And I feel like, you know, the Precision 6 is not as pointy. It's a little bit more flat, I guess, just a tiny bit more, but I did go true to size for the Precision 6 and it's a perfect fit for me. But I went up half a size for the Precision 7. I mean, there is a little bit of length, but like I said, it is pretty narrow and pointy. So I don't really mind the extra length as much. So yeah, I guess if you have a really skinny foot and you want a really snug fit, then go true to size. But for most people, I feel like you should be okay going up half a size, right? And now moving on to the support and lockdown, which is the thing that I'm worried about, right? So like I said, there is no heel counter, right? Or I guess there is. No, there's no heel counter. It feels like there's something here though, like at the top of the heel tab a little bit. This is kind of stiff, but yeah, around that, it's just like, it seems like a really thin plastic, you know what I mean? So hopefully, you know, your heel isn't coming out of the footbed. But I guess, you know, the foam comes up a little bit acting as a sidewall, but we'll have to see on that. But I guess here in the midfoot, we have this part coming up acting as sidewall. And I guess in the forefoot, this material does seem pretty supportive. But we'll have to see on lateral containment, right? Also, lateral stability feels like it'll be very good. Look at this. Look at how pointy it is right here. That's a super pointy, like protrudes out a good amount as well. Right, look at that. So lateral stability feels like it'll be very good. And also, the funny thing is, there is heel slippage. So, yeah, I tightened this as tight as I could. And I was still walking around. And my heel was slipping out a little bit. It doesn't feel completely locked down. So yeah, I don't like it. So there's that. Moving on to the weight of the shoe. I feel like this shoe's, I mean, it'll probably be pretty light because, you know, cheaper shoes lack tech, and because it lacks tech, they're usually lighter, but it doesn't feel super duper light. Probably, you know, especially comparing to the Precision 6, right? Okay, so it's 11.1 ounces. That's pretty damn. I don't know why it feels heavier than that to me. But the Precision 6 is 10.15 ounces, guys. So, I mean, obviously, probably because of the lacing system, it does add a little bit of weight, but it's still extremely light, 11 ounces. Very, very light, right? So, there's that, but it doesn't feel responsive because the traction feels doo-doo. So, there's that. Moving on to the aesthetics, it's okay. Precision 6 definitely looks a lot better. And also, if you guys didn't see, like, some of the Precision 6 colorways that have come out over the past, like, year or two since the shoe came out, a lot of the colorways look really, really good too. I love the outline of the swoosh as well, and like just some of the colorways, it just pops, you know what I mean? I also especially love the color that I have, so this looks way better And the predecessor, this shoe just performed really nicely, especially for the price. Obviously, the one thing that sucked about this shoe was the cushion, but for 80 bucks, you can't really complain. And it's a responsive cushion, you know, there's a little bit of compression here in the heel, but this, you know, brand new shoe, the successor to the Precision 6, not feeling too good, you know. So yeah, so wrapping things up, yeah, the traction's feeling terrible, the cushion's feeling terrible, the material not very nice. I don't like the lacing system all too much. I mean, it is convenient. I do like just sliding my foot into the shoe, but you know, I don't really mind laces. Obviously, if you're handicapped, that'll be good for you guys. But yeah, this is the only version of the Precision 7 that Nike released, so that's why I got this pair, you know. And also the support isn't feeling good either. So yeah, I'm not liking the shoe that much. You know, maybe if they do, or when they do release the regular version with the regular laces, I'll try that shoe out as well. Because, you know, I really like the Precision line. You know what I mean? Like, it's been Nike's kind of like go-to, like super cheap, like $80 shoe line, which has been performing pretty dang well for the past couple models, you know? But with this model, well, maybe I'll give it another chance. But right now, I'm not liking it all too much, right? So, but anyways, that about concludes this video. Again, if you guys want to comment, try to leave the link in the description box. But that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.